Okay guys, welcome to another episode on Zoom Central, and today we're going to be talking about a mobile portable light stand with a camera, with a professional, semi-professional recording for audio, everything on one C stand, and best part of it is completely battery powered. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is the shot that a lot of my viewers on my channel or the other channel that I have is used to seeing, right? You can see my background, and this is the camera that I'm using. It's a full frame Sony A7C camera with a 20mm lens that is mounted on it. I will have my mic, I will have my lights. But today, what we're going to be talking about is this completely mobile battery powered light stand, which I can move around the house anywhere, and it completely runs on battery, no cables attached. So starting from the top, this is a Aperture Amaranth 60D light, which is right at the back if I could show you. And this is how it's looking. And you will see that there is actually a battery on a V-mount that is powering the Amaranth 60D light. And on it, there is a light modifier. This is the Aperture Light Dome Mini 2. It's the small one, which is about 24 inches across. I believe that is about the size. It is a lot smaller than the Aperture SE or even the Aperture Light Dome itself, Light Dome 2. I can't remember all the names, but basically this is the smallest light modifier that is available from Aperture. And right next, this is a camera. This is a Sony A64, very small camera, and coupled with a 20mm lens at f2.8. Next up, we have the mic, and this is the Rode NT5. The Rode NT5 is actually fed into a Zoom PodTrack P4, right? And this is also battery powered. So far, we have the light that is battery powered. We have the mic being fed into a Zoom, which is also battery powered. And of course, the camera itself is capable of battery power. And all this mounted onto one C stand. Now, I have the actual power supply right here, but it is not plugged in. And yet, you will be able to see the light. This particular setup that we have here is particularly useful if you want to move around the house or you want to get a different shot. And let me just switch over there so that you can see for yourself how my main setup looks like. Okay, so this is my main setup. You'll see my desk here. I have a few mic boom arms right about here. Some of the mics are actually being mic'd out of frame, so you can't really see it. That's right, maybe this particular, well, it's probably still out of frame. You'll see that this is a large light modifier. This is the Aperture SE, and this Aperture Light Dome modifier is pretty large. Well, significantly larger than the Mini 2 that we have here. And if you look at this lighting here, this is the single source of light. So there's no other direct lighting source on me. Well, except for maybe this providing a little bit of highlight, but it's not its intent. What I'm trying to show you here is how my main setup looks like. So I have speakers, my laptop, this is my work area. This is the Sony A7C full frame camera that I'm talking about. So the camera here, the Sony A6400, is not a new camera anymore. It's probably released about 3 years back. And it is running a pretty old lens that I have around, which is the 20mm pancake lens. Very, very small, but it opens up to f2.8, which you are seeing right now. Shutter speed is 1/50, running at an ISO of 200. And why it's able to run at an ISO of 200 that low is because of the light, right? So we have a light source there, which is being softened and diffused. The Aperture 60D, the Amaranth 60D, is actually running only at 20% brightness, and yet you're able to get sufficient lighting. And the sound that you're listening to right now is the Rode NT5. The Rode NT5 is going through the Zoom PodTrack, again, completely battery powered, and you'll be able to get this kind of voice quality, which is really is not too bad. Of course, this sounds a little bit different if we were to switch back to the Rode NTG5. So this is the Rode NTG5 that you're listening to. It is boomed and mounted right out of frame. It's just about here, and you won't be able to actually see it, but it is highly directional because this mic is able to pick up from somewhere about this distance. This is probably just over 1 foot away, and you'll be able to hear it pretty clearly. So back to the NT5. And this is the NT5. The sound timbre is probably a little bit different, but if you are not on headphones or you're not listening to my voice critically, it will still pass off as a semi-professional setup, and your viewers will still be able to get your sound and voice pretty clearly. So the best part of this setup, as I've told you, that it is completely mobile, and I'm going to move it around, right? And I actually mounted wheels on it. So with one arm, I'm able to shift around. Of course, you'll get a bit of vibration here, which is not ideal, of course, but I don't think you're going to be shifting your angle or shifting your shot while you're filming. So you probably set it there. Once it's done, you start the film rolling, and that is it. You won't be moving it, and you won't get all this handling noise that is being imparted by the mic because of the movement of the wheels. So the wheels I've gotten, they are from Newer, and they're pretty sturdy, pretty heavy duty with locking mechanism, and I'll just show it to you what this means. So this is the roller that I have. It is mounted on all 3 corners of the tripod, and this is the locking mechanism. Once you lock it into place, it's not going to go anywhere, and you can release it and it will start moving. Again, this whole setup, I'm pretty proud of it. Very mobile setup, very, very nifty, and I'm able to start filming from around the house effortlessly without having to remove, or rather readjust my mic, reposition my mic. This NT5 is a short pencil condenser mic. It will pick up the voice in a highly directional format. Very nice. The A64 camera from Sony is an interchangeable lens system. So if you need to get a little bit further or you need a wider shot, you can change the lens to fit accordingly. The zoom port track, completely battery powered, very, very small device. And this is how it's looking. Very, very small device. And that is all there is to it. Okay, you start record and you can sync the whole audio in post. Lastly, the light. It is one of the smallest light that is available on the market right now. Still powerful enough for headshots like this with a small light modifier. I don't know how much this weighs, so but because it's on castor wheels, it is easy to move around the house. So not a problem at all. I am very, very proud of this entire semi-professional headshot studio setup on wheels, completely mobile, non-tethered by cables or wires. If you are interested, I'll leave the links to some of the things I've spoken about in the video comment section below. If you buy anything from these affiliate links, if you really do need them, I will earn a small affiliate fee, and that's how I will try to keep the channel going. You're not going to be paying anything more by visiting and buying from those links. So thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.